Is the new Lexus RX 450h Plus the best electrified luxury SUV to buy? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. The Lexus RX, one of the best-selling luxury SUVs on the market, was completely redesigned for 2023. On top of the RX 350 with a normal gas engine, Lexus introduced two brand new hybrids, the RX 350h and the high-performance RX 500h. And for 2024, they're introducing a fourth engine option in the RX 450h Plus, which is a plug-in hybrid. And for this video, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why the 450h Plus might not just be the best RX that you can buy, but it might be the best electrified luxury SUV that you can buy, period. But before getting into it, remember, if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, the first reason why the 450h Plus might be the best RX is because of its electric range. Because it's a plug-in hybrid, when you fully charge it, it's able to travel around 37 miles or 60 kilometers on electric power. And because the hybrid battery is not that big, it only takes around 2.5 hours to charge on a regular household level 2 charger. And that means most of the time you can use the 450h as an electric car without using any gas. And in the long run, that could save you quite a bit of money over the other RX models. It's also very good at being an electric vehicle. It's very smooth and refined and has more than enough power. But I think the best thing about this vehicle is that not only do you have more than enough range to use it as an electric vehicle every day, but because you have that hybrid engine there as a backup, you're never going to have to be concerned with doing longer road trips and worrying about where you're going to charge it. Which brings us to the next major benefit of this vehicle, and that is having no range anxiety and not having to deal with any charging issues. The issue with a lot of fully electric vehicles is that they're still not ideal for every type of situation. For example, if you do a lot of long distance driving or do a lot of road trips and you live somewhere where public charging might be an issue, especially if you don't have access to Tesla chargers, then an electric vehicle might not work for you. And that's what's so great about the 450h. Because you have that hybrid engine there as a backup, range anxiety is never going to be an issue. And it's a remarkably fuel efficient hybrid system too. It's able to achieve around 35 miles per gallon or 7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is more or less the same fuel economy as the RX 350h hybrid. And with such good fuel economy in hybrid mode, combined with that electric range, the 450h Plus has a total driving range of around 500 miles or up to 800 kilometers. Good luck getting that kind of range with an electric vehicle. And then we have the next reason why the 450h Plus is such a great vehicle, and that is its reputation for reliability. The Lexus RX has always had a very strong reputation for being one of the most reliable vehicles that you can buy on the market. They last a very long time with just basic maintenance, and repair costs are not really a concern. The hybrid system is a very well proven setup that both Lexus and Toyota have been refining and using for many years now. Here we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that comes connected to 2 electric motors up front with an eCVT transmission and a third electric motor at the back wheels, which gives you standard all-wheel drive. It's a very simple, durable drivetrain that's not overly complicated, and it's extremely well proven, so it should deliver rock-solid reliability for many, many years. The same certainly can't be said for a lot of other luxury vehicles that the RX competes with, many of which are overcomplicated, really expensive to repair, or just have an average or below average reputation for reliability, especially beyond the warranty period. And then we have the next reason why this is such a great choice, especially compared to other RX models, and that is the balance that you get between performance and comfort. Because the 450h Plus is essentially using a more powerful version of the hybrid system that's in the 350h, you have 304 horsepower instead of around 245, and that does make a difference. This SUV is able to accelerate to highway speed in around 6.5 seconds. Now, it's still not the fastest or the most powerful RX that you can buy. That would be the RX 500h, which has a much more powerful turbocharged engine that produces well over 360 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. With the 500h, you also get a more sophisticated variable adaptive suspension and rear-wheel steering for better handling as well. But I really don't think you need to have those performance features in the RX, because at the end of the day, this is not really a performance SUV. This is a vehicle that's really all about refinement and comfort. And in that way, the RX 450h Plus is pretty much near perfect. It is extremely comfortable and quiet to drive, just as good as almost anything else that you can buy in the same price range. And because you have more power than the 350h and even the regular RX 350, the balance between both performance and comfort is just about perfect. And then we have the fifth reason why this is such an excellent choice, and that is the really luxurious interior. This may be an expensive vehicle, but the interior makes it feel like it's really worth it. All of the materials, the fit and finish, and the build quality are absolutely top-notch, which is something that you would expect to find in a Lexus. And not only is the interior beautifully finished, but you get really good technology as well. You have a really large touchscreen infotainment system, which is fairly straightforward and easy to use, and it does have a really good interface with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have a digital display behind the steering wheel and a really good head-up display that's controlled using these capacitive buttons on the steering wheel. It takes some time to get used to, but the functionality of the interior is very good, especially when compared to a lot of other luxury SUVs. You also get a lot of great storage space, and even though the plug-in hybrid does have a larger battery pack, it doesn't affect the interior space or the cargo space. You still have a very large cargo area and very roomy rear seats. The seats on the RX are also extremely comfortable and perfect for longer drives or road trips. And then we have the number 6 reason why this is such a great choice, and that is its safety. The Lexus RX lineup, not just the 450h, has one of the highest safety scores that you can get, with a top safety pick rating from the IIHS. You also get a lot of great active safety features as standard on every single model. Now, of course, many luxury SUVs can claim to have really good safety, which many of them do, but not very many of them can claim the number 7 thing that you get with the RX, and that is very low operating costs. As previously mentioned, the Lexus RX has earned a really well-deserved reputation for being one of the most reliable SUVs that you can buy. And that incredible reliability also carries over to its running costs. Not only is this a very fuel-efficient vehicle, but because you have a very simple 4-cylinder engine from a Toyota, combined with all the other proven hybrid components, the maintenance and repairs on this vehicle are going to be very, very easy. There are very, very few luxury SUVs, if any, that can claim to have the same extremely low maintenance and repair costs that you're going to get with this RX. So if you're the type of person that doesn't want to deal with having a lot of expensive repairs, then this is the ideal SUV for you. And those low operating costs tie in very closely to the number 9 reason that makes this such a great choice, which is really high resale value. Because they tend to be so expensive to own, especially beyond the warranty period, depreciation is a major problem with the majority of luxury vehicles, but that's not the case with the Lexus RX. Because the RX has proven to be such a reliable SUV, one that's also very fuel efficient, and very low cost when it comes to maintenance and repairs, the resale value is much higher than that of almost any other luxury vehicle. And in the long run, the RX, including the 450h, should retain its value a lot better than a lot of other comparable electric vehicles. Electric vehicles tend to be a lot less desirable as they age, especially past the warranty period, because they have more risks, including battery degradation, the small risk of potential battery failure as they get much older, but also just having dated technology and sometimes obsolete technology, because EV tech is improving and progressing so rapidly. And that's what's so great about the 450h. Instead of buying an electric vehicle that's still in the very early stages of its technology and is going to improve dramatically over the next decade or so, with the RX, you're buying a vehicle that's at the peak of its technology. Unlike most electric vehicles, which are still in their first generations, Lexus has engineered and refined their hybrid system to the point of near perfection in terms of their efficiency, their performance, and their reliability, so there's really not much room left for improvement. Now, with all of that being said, the RX 450h Plus is certainly not a perfect vehicle and does have some significant issues that you need to be aware of. For one thing, the availability is extremely limited, so it might take a very long time to get your hands on one of these. It's also only available in one trim level fully loaded, and that means the pricing is quite high as well. It has a price tag of around 70,000 US with a few available options, or in Canada, only one-way fully loaded with a price tag of around $90,000. And even though that does make it competitive when compared to a lot of other luxury plug-in hybrid SUVs, such as the BMW X5, xDrive 50, the Volvo XC90 Recharge, and a few others, it is very expensive relative to other RX models that you can buy. It's more expensive than the much higher performance RX 500h Hybrid, and it's around $10,000 more than a comparable RX 350h Hybrid. So a major question becomes, are you going to save yourself around 10 grand in saving gas by buying one of these over a regular RX 350h Hybrid, which is already a very fuel efficient SUV? Well, I don't think you realistically are. Even if you charge this thing and use the electric power on a regular basis, that's still a major price difference between the two. The RX 450h Plus is a vehicle that's really meant for someone who is absolutely dead set on having a plug-in electrified SUV. They want that pollution-free, emissions-free driving that you get with an electric vehicle without all the compromises that comes with it. And for that type of person, this really is the ideal luxury SUV to buy. But I think for the majority of buyers who want to have a really fuel-efficient Lexus RX, the 350h Hybrid does offer much better value. So which version of the Lexus RX would you go for, or would you buy a different vehicle instead? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out my other videos by clicking these links over here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and if you need additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to visit carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.